once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We're ready to go. Minis at 1817. Cruise at 26 and 26.75. Now we're looking for a pullback on crude. Quant line's green with background bias aligned. And crude's right at the value area high, which is the magenta line. Now we're 4 ticks off support on crude. We're going to buy an up close on crude. Well, for some reason, the system rejected the order. Hold on one second. All right, it must have been because I put the entry in too late. Now we're going to buy an up close here on crude. Entries 26.83. $26.83, we're waiting. Still waiting at 83. All right, order was canceled. And now we're not going to trade back up into the value area high. Now the algorithmic system is active on both markets. The long-term time frames are up on crude. So we're looking for a long trade. E-mini is sort of in between. We're not going to take an E-mini short until we break the point of control and retrace back to the point of control. Point of control is this black line. That pitch just opened on crude. All right, let's see if we get a retracement on crude back to the value area high right here. Crude's just chopping, but no follow through. Crude's trying to break the value area high. That just did. Oh, it's 7 ticks off support. Needed to pull back more. Needed down close on crude. We're going to buy an up close at 27. We're filled. Targets out. Lock in 1. All right, it took us out. I'm not going to chase crude higher. I just went 10. We had a nice continuation trade here, just slightly overbought. Retrace right back to support. Coming off the value area high on crude. We really don't have a trade here. We need a double test the value area high. Crude's tough to take short. The higher time frames are up. We can tell that because we have no background bias, no background color. Our trading chart is heading to the downside, and we need the time frames to align. So we had the green background bias on the trade we took, show that we had multi-time frame alignment. We also took that trade out of consolidation. See the triangle and the red and the blue lines. So crude's going to have to break the point of control, this black line, retrace back to it before we can take a short. You can see that crude is heading up into the higher time frame direction, which is to the upside. We're waiting for those time frames to align and for background bias to appear. So we have a way to go before we can take a crude short. And we have the value area high right above us on the E-mini. And all three of our quant lines are just about turning on the ES. Good volume. But the value area high is pushing the E-mini back down. We're not going to trade up into it. We're going to wait for a break that value area high and a retracement back. Now crude's falling. And if crude breaks the point of control, the black line, here, and retraces back to it, we would have a crude short. Right now we have really nothing to trade on crude. You can see the 1550 is heading up. It goes crude right back into the higher time frame. Crude has upside resistance, or you would have background bias. It's trying to break it. So far, the resistance is turning crude back. Good volume on crude. U.S. stocks are pointing down this morning. Stocks around the world continue to sell off. S&P is down 1.77%. Dow is down 1.74. Initial unemployment claims were 269, down from 285,000. The shorts of the day are Expedia, Akami, and Criteo, or Criteo. Asian markets finished lower. Now crude just broke that area of resistance to the upside. The Hang Seng fell 3.85%. The Mumbai fell 2.4%. In Europe, stocks are falling. The FTSE's down almost 2%. DAX is down over 2%. Price for West Texas crude is down over $1. Not very good for the market today. You see how choppy the E-mini is. We're 6 ticks off support on crude, which is too much to take a continuation long here. Let's look for a down close on crude. Modified 15 on crude is yellow. E-mini is pushing down. We've got two quants red. The NYSE opens in 6 minutes. Now, if we break the point of control on the E-mini, we have a potential short trade. Now we're bouncing off the point of control. Now we're trading right back down into it if we take a continuation short. We're not going to trade into the point of control. Even with the dual quant lines, which make it really tempting. Now crude is still not set up very well for a short. Four minutes before the NYSE opens. It goes crude right back into the direction of the higher time frames, which is why we wait for time frame alignment. And the background bias tells us when we have it. No trade on crude. Nothing on the E-mini either. 1 minute before the NYSE opens, we're going to let it open. See how the E-mini does. Our volume's really picking up. The workspace is locking a little bit. Or let's see if we get a pullback to the value area high on the E-mini. We need a pullback. We need a down close. We can also take a pullback on crude and a continuation long. We're going to buy it. We're going to buy an up close on crude. Entries 26.99. Entry orders canceled. E-mini is running through a yellow modified 15. There's no way we could get that entry. And we're now 6 ticks off support. Got all our quant lines green. We just need a retracement. Let's see if we get an E-mini pullback and a down close right here. All right, watch the E-mini for an up close. It's just moving through. And now our quants are red. See, crude has bounced off that point of control twice. Trying to move lower. Now, if we get an up close on crude and then a continuation short, we have a potential trade. The market's very choppy. I have no trade on crude. The point of control turned crude back 3 times. We're going to sell the E-mini on a down close. Entries 1817.75. Orders were filled. First target's out. Second target's out. We just had enough room to get a point before it hit the point of control. The triple quants, just enough room. Didn't have multi-time frame alignment. All right, there goes the E-mini. It was a tradable entry, but just very risky here. $15 was up, $50 was up. Looking for a down close on crude and a move out of consolidation. I'm watching crude for a down close. And we're going to see if we're going to get a move down here on the E-mini. Crude's not moving up with very much authority. Huge tails on those candles. Crude finally pushed up. I was looking for the more conservative down close and move out of consolidation on the multi-candle retracement. And it just came one tick from getting a reversal candle and then eventually just pushed up. Now there goes the E-mini through a yellow 15. MA diff on crude is 26, 25. Now let's see if we can get a down close on the E-mini. All right, watch the E-mini. Wow, no follow through. So we get a pullback on the ES. I mean, he's making a big move up. No way to get that trade. Was right into a pivot. And my workspace just locked. I don't know why it's doing this. It's tremendous volume. 30,000 contracts a minute. MA diff on crude is 27. It's too overbought. are between the 15 and the 50 on both crude and the E-mini. Long-term time frames are up. So we're looking for a move to the upside on both markets. You see that the 15 is way above the 50 on both crude and the E-mini, which makes taking a short tougher. If you chase the E-mini down, it comes right back at you. That's because that 50 is heading up pretty hard. Well, there's a nice short trade structurally on the on crude, but it's right into that value area low. If it breaks it and retests it, we may have a crude short. See, it's bouncing off of it. It would have been a loser if we anticipated a break of the value area low. That might even be the value area high. I don't know where the value area low is. Let's see. Well, it doesn't really matter. Now we have support on the E-mini. Let's see if we get a pullback on the E-mini. Watch the E-mini. We're going to buy an up close on the E-mini. 1831.
Order pending.
Close the trade.
Order canceled.
Never executed. That was a glitch. It came back 2 ticks. I'll find out if other people got this trade. We're looking for a 1-tick pullback. We got a 2-tick pullback. I just don't know what happened there. Crude still has to break downside support. All right, watch the E-mini. Sell it down close.
Order filled. Target filled.
We're out for second target filled. Stop to break even. Second target to 4 ticks. 5 ticks. Come on, take it out. All right, we are finished for the day at 4:35. I actually threw in an extra winner that I didn't count. So we'll recap the day. Here was the short. Hold on. It's just a lot of movement and a lot of volatility. Also, a lot of lack of follow through and areas where we could get stopped out. And we had a winner, and I don't know why it didn't click in. I'll show it to you, and I didn't count it. All right, let's go through the day. First on the E-mini. A lot of candles. Now there's nothing through here. This is all chop, and you can see that the value area high is right above price. Point of control was here. No multi-time frame alignment. Just briefly, we're getting colors telling us we're aligning to the upside. Then we get a break here right at 9:30, right at the NYSE open. And we just don't trade the open. And this continuation trade was too far off support. It was 4 ticks off support. And I really wanted it to be 3. I mean, just that 1 tick kept me off the trade. You can see it moved up a candle. It would have been a win. And there's just a lot of chop. Now here's our 4 tick trade. Came back a few ticks. Took out 2 targets. Bounced right off the point of control. Flew up on only 1 quant line. This continuation here would have stopped out into this pivot. Again, another big move up. No way to get the trade. No quants. Just 1 quant. Now this was definitely a winner. It came back 2 ticks. But for some reason, it just didn't trigger the dome. I don't know why. But I didn't take it as a winner. And we're not gonna, even though it should be. And we should have over $500 on there. And then this trade was just too nice. And one of the reasons I took it, not only was it a nice retracement, but the candle was surrounded by red order flow and momentum. And I really like to trade when I've got all three quant lines in my favor. All the correlative markets are moving with me. And I could see that we did not need to get a break of the value area low in order to get a winner. And it never broke the value area low, but it pushed enough through it to give us more than just a first target. We got a second target, and actually we got our third out at +4 or +5 to give us a nice trade. So there was a lot of movement. We just waited for and that was what made this trade so nice. Triple quants as soon as the trade executed, except I didn't count it. So we wound up on the ES. We had one trade for +4, one trade, we didn't get a runner, one trade for +6. Well, we're not counting the +6. Second trade for +6. So we had 2 trades, 2 winners. A third trade that just didn't click in, and it should have. Why wouldn't that have worked, Leo? I mean, the trade triggered and just never executed. And then on crude, you can see how messy crude is today. There was nothing in the morning. We got a beautiful retracement right here. Move up, the retracement, and then move up for 10. And then there was just really nothing. This was a potential move up. This is the one that I eyeballed the most. We had the quants, we had multi-time frame alignment, we had it coming right off support, but it was a multi-candle. I just really wanted to stay conservative, and what I was looking for here was a down close and a trade out of consolidation. And we came one tick away from getting that down close, and then we would have taken the trade long. So by just trying to be a little more conservative, I missed a winner. But I never worry about missing a winner if I'm looking to be a little more conservative on the entry. No way to take this long. And you can see that crude is right here. Now has background bias. It's finally breaking it. And if we were trading, I would have taken that C. That would have been our next trade. And that would have been a winner. But at 435 on 3 trades, actually it's closer to 535 on 4 trades. But we're not going to count the trade. I mean, it should have executed on a 2-tick pullback. The first time I've ever seen that happen, ever. So really, I'll take the questions, but really what I'm looking for is really a conservative trade. And this is our 8th consecutive profitable day in the trading room. 4 last week and every day this week. We're up well over $1,000 after commissions this week, which is what our goal is. $1,000 a week after commissions for an actual net profit in your pocket of $50,000 a year on what we're trading. And in order to do that, you got to be very, very conservative in this market. And sometimes you have to let big moves go past you that just don't conform to what you want. The most important thing is to make the market come to you rather than chase it. What I wanted here was a down close and then a move out of consolidation. I didn't get it. And the fact that the market slowly pushed up, it doesn't bother me. Because the market's either going to give me what I'm looking for or I'm not going to take the trade. And if it turns out to be a winner, c'est la vie. I was waiting for the break of support on crude. You can see that background bias was going to kick in, and this C would have been a nice trade. And the same thing on the E-mini. There were a lot of times where if you chase the E-mini, it just hits you right on the nose. Like right here. If you kept chasing the E-mini short, here, it was gonna hit you. But as soon as the 3 quant lines rolled, it was a conservative trade to the downside, and it was a triple test to the 50. And I was hoping it would break the point of control and run. It just didn't do it. We didn't need it to. And I was just looking for one more tick back. I was looking for a move off the modified 15 of 3 ticks. You can see we have an indicator that tells you how far off support you are. It's just always working it's right here. See this number? And it told me I had 4 ticks. I wanted 3. 3 is a more conservative number. I didn't get it. So I let the trade go. It turned out to be a winner. It was a candle. That's okay. As long as when we eventually get a trade, we get a winner. Stayed out of all this chop. This whole area here, just tons of potential stop outs. This C candle, close to the value area high. And this was this was at 8:31 early this morning. We didn't even have an opportunity to trade this. No background bias, nothing. On the triple quants right here were enough to pull this trade right down. They're really helpful to trade. They really, really are. So we finished with, can't even see, 435. And let me see if there are any questions. Hang on one second. All right, let me just move it over here. Now, again, we did not have an algorithmic entry, but the market is so choppy, and we get multi-time frame alignment so rarely that I'm not surprised. Okay. Yeah, David says lots of chop, and this was a very, very choppy market. Very nice, Martin. Very nice. Thank you, Sylvain. I really appreciate. Clark, nice trade. Very nice trade. Clark took one that I did not, and he got a winner. Thank you, Jorge. Well, listen, we're really pushing forward now. I'm just going to put up our equity so far, and we are really and you just have to trade with a tremendous amount of specificity. Make the market do what you want it to do, not what it feels like doing. And it's the only way you're going to get this many winners. Going into today, we were up. Just add this up, Leo. Just for the week.
1,906.
Well, 1,906 for the month, but for the week we were up 339. This is after commissions. We subtract $4 per contract per round trip. And we're subtracting out the commissions from today's trades. We're at $1,300 for the week after commissions. So we've hit our weekly mark, and we are well ahead of our monthly mark. We're already at $2,000 on the 11th, and we're looking for 4,000, and we're over 2,000. So as long as we stay conservative, wait for our trades, wait for our quant lines, which is really one of the biggest things on our chart, those correlative markets, and wait for multi-time frame alignment. Don't take a trade for the most part when you don't have multi-time frame alignment. On the ES, if market structure is perfect on a triple quant trade, you can probably, I mean, I took a couple. You can take them. But for the most part, you really want the quant line. You really want that multi-time frame alignment. And when you get it, and you see we're getting it now on the E-mini for the first time. We're getting two quants. Now, the major quant line on the E-mini is line 1. When I see line 1 red, if I got line 2, it's kind of like icing on the cake. And line 3 is even more icing. And this is a great place here to look for retracement. If you didn't take this entry, to look for retracement here. And here, the reason the trades are so conservative is you have your multi-time frame alignment. You know that you're down on your 2 higher time frames. All support to the downside is broken because of this color. And these trades are going to go. And this is really where you're going to get your runners. And you can see this is a nice ES trade. We look for the 1 tick pullback. We got 2 ticks. So far, the trade's gone 2.25 points. I mean, there's some trading rooms. If they get 6 ticks in a day, they're happy. And we're just well past that. So I didn't count a winner. And definitely was a winner right here. And I mean, the NDT execution platform rarely makes a mistake, but somehow that one didn't execute and pull me in. Now see, watch this trade. There's another winner. It's pretty tough to take a trade on a 1 tick candle body, but here on triple quants, I would take the trade. And you can see those triple quants are sucking the market down. All money is flowing out of the E-mini and all of its correlative markets and flowing into the markets it should in order to pull the E-mini down. And this was another nice winner. And this is really propelled down by multi-time frame alignment and triple quants. It's 1 3/4 points, which I'll take any day. Now you've got the point of control, and the trade becomes a lot more risky if you want to trade into the POC. I don't like to do it. You can do it on the triple quants, but also the MA diff here is 13. That tells us when we're overbought or oversold. That's the space between the 50 and the 15. When that gets a little bit too wide, you're looking for a retracement and not a continuation. But you can see how powerful it is before the point of control. pushed in front of the trade, how easily that market got sucked down on triple quants and multi-time frame alignment. This is really what you're looking for. And if we didn't take a trade until we got here, we would have had two really, really nice winners. And this is not an easy trade to take because one candle body, it's not a dark cloud cover, which is a formation we look at to take a short. But on triple quants with multi-time frame alignment coming right off resistance, it's got too many other independent variables going for it. And I would have taken that trade short. If you didn't, you could have taken it short here and a lot riskier, but it's coming out of consolidation. You have the consolidation signal. And you see, once you get oversold, you anticipate a retracement, not a continuation, plus the point of control never broke. And that's what our market profile is dynamic. It's very powerful. And that's why I rarely trade into it. You can't anticipate a break of the value area high, low, or the point of control. And the only way that you're going to trade with this kind of precision is to stay away from these. And the thing is, never be concerned if it breaks the point of control and it runs 100 ticks, because the next 5 times it won't. And for that one winner, it's going to cost you 5 losers. And sometimes if you get a winner on a bad trade, you're going to take it again, you're going to get a loser. You're going to take it again, you're going to get another loser. So really the only way to trade is to be extremely conservative. And with a little bit of chart time, this system is not hard to master. We've got a bunch of people on mentorship, and they're doing really well. And also being in the room, you get to understand this program extremely well. It's just a matter of looking for multi-time frame alignment, a trade-off support or resistance, and get the quants going in your favor. A trade out of consolidation is really powerful, which is why instead of taking that candle continuation, this multi-candle continuation, I chose to wait for consolidation, another down close, didn't get it, and the trade ran. And that's okay, you just move on. This is a trade you just can't take. It does have a green 15, and in theory, it's a retracement into a confirmed uptrend, just too risky. These multi-candle retracements are very risky trades. Because the way we define it, any 2 candles of the same color in a row define a trend. So what you are in here is this is a short downtrend because it's more than one candle. The longer trend is up. So you're still trading into an uptrend, but you've got a little mini downtrend here. So this multi-candle up is very risky. And you can see, even though you've got green, this modified 15 is pretty flat. Doesn't have much slope. And here was your great trade, this C. With the quant, multi-time frame, background bias kicks in quickly, and you go right to the point of control. And that's a nice trade. Now on the right edge, you could have even taken that trade. The distance from the entry to the point of control is 3 ticks. So you're risking 2, thinking that you won't even push a wick through. And if you have 3 or 4 ticks in the bank, and you're just looking for 2 ticks through the point of control, it's on a trade like this, it's worth taking. The only problem with this is the 3rd retracement in the trend, which is a little weaker, but you can take a 3rd. Here's actually the 1st retracement. Here's the 2nd retracement. This is the 3rd. That's the 4th. So this might have been a trade. It doesn't make any difference that it was successful. When you're trading the right edge, all you do is trade probabilities. and on a fourth retracement in a trend, now this tied into the POC, I would have laid off of that trade. This was the prime trade right here on this move down. And this is just an oversold move. I wouldn't chase I wouldn't chase the market. I wouldn't chase crude down in an oversold condition. We want the MA diff to be 18 or less. And that 18 is the distance, is the space between the 50 and the 15. Here it's 32. And this is always tracking the right edge. So wouldn't want to do that. And again, it's a winning trade, but on a statistical basis, you're assuming a lot of risk. And that's the one thing you don't want to take on. You know every variable associated with a winning trade. One of them is not trading into a very big overbought or oversold market. And if the MA diff is greater than 18, you start to accumulate risk, and we don't want to accumulate risk. And this is really the only way to, I think, to day trade profitably. Now, it isn't easy to have 8 consecutive winning sessions in a row, and we've taken very, very few losers in those 8 sessions. I'd have to go back and look, but I only think we've had 2 losers in 8 sessions. I think we've only had 1 loser this week. Let me just look quickly, but I think we've only had 1. Because it's really, again, not about the number of winners. It's always about the number of losers you take. And we couldn't get a runner on that day. And I had to get 5 winners in a row to make it up. Yep, this week we only have 1 loser. We had none today. So Monday, 0 losers. Tuesday, I had 5 winners and 1 loser. Wednesday, 2 winners, no losers. And today, 3 winners and no losers. And I threw in a bonus trade, which really was a winner. If you press the button, I'm sure it executed on your platform. That was a 4th winner, but we will clock it in at 3 winners and no losers. So we've had 13 winners and 1 loser this week. And you can only trade that way if you really, really are ultra conservative and you have a lot of patience and never care about letting those trades go that don't give you what you're looking for. And your anticipation, and you should always have an anticipation on every single market move. Check out the multi-time frame alignment, know what you want. And if the market gives it to you, take the trade. You're always anticipating. Now, right here, I would take this move down on the E-mini. We've got triple quants. Doesn't want to go. Watch it for a minute. There's your winner. Perfect trade. And let's see if it's going to run. It's going. Just got another candle. You would be pushing your stop, locking in profit. Background bias, candle surrounded by order flow and has order flow and momentum aligned to the downside on multiple time frames. And it was if it comes back here, gives us a reversal, we got what we want. We got a big retracement on the wick, and we got, again, just under 2 points. Now with the market marginally oversold, I might hesitate to take this additional trade short. But again, the triple quants are very compelling. And you can see we're getting winner after winner once we start to get multi-time frame alignment. And we get the triple quants. We can watch this trade too. We'll see if we get a continuation short. Here's the first retracement in the trend. Here's a second retracement. We've got a little bit of a wick. That one didn't work. And you are marginally just about oversold here. MA diff was 12, MA diff of 13 is oversold. It wasn't a bad trade to chase it down. That's why we stop. I mean, I just showed you multiple additional winners. That's why we stop after we get a certain amount of profit. Now this trade's already a winner right here. It's already gone 3 ticks. But you're just trading right on the oversold zone here. Let's see if the market will press down any lower. There it goes. There's your second target out at +4. And you'll be taken out. So you have a nice winner. You have a loser if you chase the trade, and you have another winner. So the quant lines are just really, really helpful. And if you stay conservative, what I would have done on this trade down with a with an MA diff that was just marginally oversold is I would have waited for consolidation. And that was the winning trade, and that's what I was waiting for in crude. Right here. Now the consolidation, you can see the consolidation indicator. Gives you a signal here. But what I would have waited for here, here's the up close, here's the down close, here's the up close. I would have waited for the next down close, and the next down close would have been the winner. And then I would not have taken this winner on a yellow modified 15, and now you're getting very, very tight to the point of control. That would have given you a first target. This is a very, very risky trade, even though it went 3 ticks. It would have just maybe given you a first target. So right now we're trading the fringe. But if I'm not sure about a trade, like I was here, I'll always let it go another candle. Let it come back again. Let it retest support. Let it go into consolidation, and then let it move in my direction. And that's really the way to trade. It's easy to learn, and it really can give you multiple winners. And to trade in a whole week so far with only 1 loser and 13 winners is not easy. And really, we had a 14th winner today, but I'm not going to count it. We're going to go out with 435, 3 winners, no losers. So listen, everyone, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We had the open house. We're serving hors d'oeuvres afterwards. Just put in your email address and we'll Federal Express them to you. But everybody have a really, really wonderful morning. I mean, we finished quick, and we normally do. I can't remember what day it was, but we had 2 wins, and we were out with $400 of profit in 15 minutes. We had 2 crew trades, 2 winners. One was 17 ticks, one was 10. We were out with over $400 of profit. We were done in literally 15 minutes. Just the setups came fast. We took them, and we were gone. So everybody have a great morning. I mean, I hope you learned something about trading besides just seeing our system. It's very powerful. It really, we're really market structure. That's really sort of our Bible. And then we look for our indicators to confirm our trade. We're retracement traders. We only trade the trend. We don't look for tops, bottoms. We don't counter trend trade. We don't trade reversals. We don't anticipate breakouts. The institutional guys create the trend. We're going to trade with them. It's the big money that creates a trend, and we're going to stay with that big money. And we want to see multi-time frame alignment, and we want to see our correlative markets in a position on a short, pulling money out of the market we're trading, or really pushing big money into the market we're trading. We haven't seen any triple greens because we are seeing it now in the ES, but the ES has been a bad market to trade to the long side today. So we haven't seen much green on the quant lines. Same thing with crude. Just starting to see some green now, but haven't seen it all morning. Sorry, everyone. Have a great morning, and look forward. Hopefully, we'll see you in the training room, and hopefully we can make you some money. So take care.